Hi, I'm Jakira Black and I have another book haul for you, and it's less than a month since I did one, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 books to show you. I've been bad. I've been very bad. Okay, so let's start. So the first 3 books, I've not been bad because these are my daughter's books, Amy's. Now Amy is at university in York doing a history degree, and she's come back today for the weekend, and because it's Mother's Day on Sunday, and she has brought some of her books. I don't think she's necessarily read them yet, but she's obviously quite busy, and she's going to take some of other books that she's not read yet back with her. But she's brought these because I asked her to bring these because I want to read these. I don't know when I'm going to get around to reading them, but I wanted to show you all of them. And yeah, so first up, and I have read about this, but I can't remember what it's about because I was actually going to order this, and I actually did order it, and Amy was like, you know, I've got that book, don't you? And I was like, all right, okay, and I cancelled it and ordered 2 books instead, which actually are here. I was thinking what's about, there's 2 more that I've ordered in another series that's to show you in this big pile. So anyway, this is the first book in a series. I don't know if it's a series or duology or what. 6 of Crows by Lee Bardugo. I have read about this because obviously when I was planning to buy it, I read the blurb and thought, oh no, that sounds good, but I haven't read it since. So you know, it is a book that I am interested in. It's not just that it's a book that Amy's got and she's interested in it. You know, it is one that I do really want to read. So it says here, criminal prodigy Kaz Becker has been offered wealth beyond his wildest dreams, but to claim it, he'll have to pull off a seemingly impossible heist, break into the notorious Ice Court. It'd be good if I could say the words, wouldn't it? A military stronghold that has never been breached, retrieve a hostage who could unleash magical havoc on the world, survive long enough to collect his reward and spend it. So yeah, Kaz needs a crew. He's going to get the job done. He chooses 6 deadliest outcasts the city has to offer, and together they might be unstoppable if they don't kill each other first. So yeah, I really like the idea of that story. I can't remember what the second one of this is called. It is out, and a lot of YouTubers are talking about it at the moment, but obviously I've not read the first one yet, so it's the first one for me first, obviously. Okay, so next up is Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Al Dyer. This is supposedly a 1001 Nights retelling. So it says here, Khalid, the 18-year-old Caliph of Khorasan, is a monster. Each night he takes a new wife, only to have her killed by sunrise. Shahrazad is the first volunteer to become Khalid's bride. She vows to stop his reign of terror for the friend she lost and all those who have perished before her. Incredibly, she manages to survive her first morning and then the next. Night after night she mesmerises the Caliph with her storytelling, at once buying time and digging deeper into the elusive boy king's past. If Khalid is truly the murderous madman everyone says he is, how does Shahrazad find it so easy to fall for him? So obviously the original story was the Caliph, or whatever he was killing the women. You know, he'd marry a new woman and then he'd kill her the next morning, but the Shahrazad was supposed to have told him story after story, so he didn't want to kill her because she always left him on a cliffhanger. So yeah, I do want to read this. I think it sounds really cool. I was actually going to order this, and Amy was also saying, you know, I've got that book, and I was like, okay, bring it with you, and I'll reveal it, and I'll talk about it in my book haul, and I will read it soon. So yeah. Now, my last book to show you that's Amy's, this is actually the same story. I was going to order it, and Amy was like, I've got that book too. So I didn't order it, but I was thinking about it because I do really like this idea of this story. And it's Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. And it's errand requiring immediate attention. Come. The note was on vellum, pierced by the talons of the almost crow that delivered it. Carew read the message. He never says please, she sighed, but she gathered up her things. When brimstone calls, she always comes. I mean, there's more to read as well, but you know, I've heard a lot of this. It says here Northern Lights and Pan's Labyrinth in one. So yeah. Okay, so next up is a series. I've actually read the first book, which is 1,000 Pieces of You. Now this is a alternative dimensions, and this girl and a boy traveling from dimension to dimension, sort of like alternative history, like so yeah, I really like this series. I really liked it very much. This is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. Like I said, I've read this, but I got the other two books in the trilogy, which are 10,000 Skies Above You, I think that's book 2, and A Million Worlds with You. So I've got that to go, because, you know, so, yeah, would help if I could actually balance them all together, wouldn't it? So I've got them to read the last and finish that series. I will read you the blurb on this book that I've read already. Marguerite Kane grew up surrounded by cutting-edge scientist theories, thanks to her brilliant physicist parents. Yet nothing is more astounding than her mother's latest invention, a device called the Firebird, that allows people to leap into alternative dimensions. When Marguerite's father is murdered, all the evidence points to one person, Paul, her parents' enigmatic star student. Before the law can touch him, Paul slips into another dimension, having committed what seems to be the perfect crime. But he didn't count on Marguerite. With the help of another physics student, Leo, Marguerite chases Paul through various dimensions. In each new world Marguerite leaps into, she meets another version of Paul that has her doubting his guilt and questioning her heart. Soon she is swept up into an epic love affair as dangerous as it is irresistible. So yeah, so I've got the other two books in the trilogy. I think it's a trilogy anyway. For all I know, it could be more than that, but yeah. Okay, so next up is this book I got from Poundland in and it cost obviously £1. This is an author that I have read stories from before, books from before. She writes historical fiction. The stories I've read 3 by her, which were all set in ancient Egypt. I think she's done one about Madame Tussauds as well, but this one is called The Second Empress by Michelle Moran. And when I saw it in the pound shop, I was like, I've got to get that because it's £1. But even if it was like a few pounds, I would have still got it because I do really, really like her writing. I absolutely adored her Egyptian books. Now this is about Josephine, who was with Napoleon. So obviously it's sort of, she's writing of a different time era, but it's still historical. So yeah, I do recommend this author. I really do. If you like historical novels, then Michelle Moran is absolutely amazing. Especially her Egyptian ones, which I can only recommend them because they're the only ones I've read so far until I read this one. But yeah. So next up is The Defender by G.X. Todd. This lady is coming to Wordpull next week. So I'm going to be taking this with me along with ink, which is this one. I'll be taking these two with... No, I won't be taking that one with me. Got the wrong book. I'll be taking these two with me to get them signed because both these authors are going to be at Wordpull. But yeah, I heard about this one. This is supposed to be like Stephen King's The Stand and The Walking Dead, but without zombies. And it says here, what if the voice in your head didn't belong to you? On the cusp of sleep, have we not all heard a voice call out our name? No. In a world where long drinks are in short supply, a stranger listens to the voice in his head telling him to buy a lemonade from the girl sitting on a dusty road. The moment locks them together. Here and now, it's dangerous to listen to your inner voice. Those who do, keep it quiet. Those voices have purpose. But when Pilgrim meets Lacey, there is a reason. He just doesn't know it yet. So I think it's a post-apocalyptic world where drinks are on short supply, I think. I don't know exactly, but yeah, I might, when I get round to it, I might do a book review on this, if I get round to it anytime soon. So next up is Magonia by Maria Darvana Headley. This book is, I don't think you can probably see it here, but it's a shiny cover. It's very, very pretty. This book is about a girl that can't breathe and has spent her life not being able to breathe. So, you know, sort of like that relates to me because I'm an asthmatic. So, you know, my asthma is not quite as bad as it used to be, but I have spent a long time not being able to breathe, you know, and it's not nice. But yeah, she's got a mysterious lung disease that makes it harder for her to breathe. But then she catches a glimpse of a ship in the sky, and she gets up to the ship and she finds out supposedly that she can breathe there. So I don't know exactly what's happened there. You know, is she originally from the ship or what? You can see how shiny it is. But I just, you know, sort of as soon as I realised it was someone who couldn't breathe, I was like, yeah, I really want to read that because, you know, yeah, it's camaraderie or whatever. I don't know what to say, but yeah, I really like the sound of this book and I absolutely adore the cover. So another book that I adore the cover of is this. Now Amy says it looks awful. She says it's a horrible cover. I actually think it's really, really pretty. It's called Ariadne's by Josh Martin, and it says 2 nations, 2 girls, only one will survive. Ula and Jumia have been chosen to decide the fate of their people. On their 18th birthday, the girls will compete in a mysterious and dangerous trial to prevent a war between their 2 nations. Now, with just a year left, Ula and Jumia must prepare. There's no time for friendship, no space for love, but how can you train for a deadly challenge you know nothing about? Only one girl will claim Ariadne's final prize. Only one will survive. So yeah, and partly the reason I got this is because the name of this book is very, very close to Ariadne, and I'm just wondering if this is maybe possibly a Greek myth retelling. Ariadne was who was she? Ariadne, I think, was the girl that helped Theseus and was the Minotaur's sister, I think. So I don't know, but yeah, I really like the look of this, and I was intrigued by the name because obviously the connotations of the Greek sounding name, and it might be nothing to do with Greeks. So next up, I've got here I Am Witch and Witches Burn. This is by Josephine Angelini. I really like the cover of this book. It just looks cool. It says here, 2 versions of the same world, 2 versions of the same girl, a love that pulls them together, a war that tears them apart. So it's a very, very simplistic blurb, and I do like really, really simplistic blurbs because, especially when I'm doing a book haul, it means that I'm speaking for less time. Okay, so next up is this is a Labyrinth retelling, as in David Bowie, the Goblin King. So Labyrinth. This is Winter Song by S.J. Jones. And basically it says, all her life Liesl has heard tales of beautiful, dangerous Goblin King. They've enraptured her spirit and inspired her musical compositions. Now 18, Liesl can't help but feel that her musical dreams and childhood fantasies are slipping away. But when her sister is taken by the Goblin King, Liesl must journey to the underground to save her. Drawn to the strange, captivating world she finds and the mysterious man who rules it, she soon faces an impossible decision. With time and the old law working against her, Liesl must discover who she truly is before her fate is sealed. So that sounds really, really good, and obviously I really like retellings. I really, really do. This big pile of books. I've got more to do yet. Next up is another series. I've got the full lot here. This is another series by Marie Lu. I read her Young Elite series earlier on this year. This is the Legend series. So I've got Legend, I've got Prodigy, and I've got Champion. This is supposed to be a really good series of books. I can't remember anything about it. I just really wanted to read it because it's Marie Lu. It says here, Los Angeles, California, Republic of America. He is Day, the boy who walks in the light. She is June, the girl who seeks her brother's killer. On the run and undercover, they meet by chance. Irresistibly drawn together, neither knows the other's past. But Day murdered June's brother, and she has sworn to avenge his death. So yeah, so obviously there's these three. So it's Legend first by Marie Lu, Prodigy, and Champion. The next up is The Wishgranter by C.J. Redwine. This is another retelling. It's Rumpelstiltskin retelling. I really like this cover. I didn't actually show you the cover of that one, but actually, just to make you wait for that cover, let's just have a quick look at this cover of Defender. I've got a feeling it's just a boring cover. Yeah, it's just a boring cover. So that was like anticlimactic. So let's put these back here and go back to this one. So Wishgranter by C.J. Redwine. This cover is really pretty. It's like embroidery with an eagle and blood, and inside is it's a white cover with a blue spine. It's just really pretty. It's got like it says The Wishgranter, and it's got like a teardrop. So yeah, very much attracted to this cover. And also inside it's like a map, a really nice blue map, and it's just really it's a lovely blue. I absolutely adore that blue. And yeah, it's a really nice map. This is the second book in the series. I haven't got the first one yet. I've actually got it on, I've ordered it from the library, but the two books are standalones, so I can read this without reading the other one first, so I probably will read the other one first. But this is, like I said, it's a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. The world has turned upside down for Thad and Ari Glavin, the bastard twins of the Sundrel King. Their mother was murdered, the royal family died mysteriously, and now Thad sits on the throne of a kingdom whose streets are suddenly overrun with violence he can't stop. So yeah, I'm just attracted to the fact that it's a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, because obviously there's Once Upon a Time and Rumpelstiltskin in that, and he's like rather nice. So yeah. So last is 3 books. They're not a series, but they're all the same sort of books. This is these are all creative writing books. So I've got here self-editing fiction writers, because I want to get better at editing. So I thought this would be a really good book to get. And it hopefully will help me when I'm doing my course and doing it next year. This one is the creative writing. Oh, and this is by, it says here, Self-Editing for Fiction Writers, How to Edit Yourself into Print, and it's by Rennie Brown and Dave King. So this one is the creative writing course book, edited by Julia Bell and Paul Magra. I think Paul Magra has involved in Doctor Who. He's wrote Doctor Who books. So yeah, and then I picked up this one because I thought it would be got an itchy nose, a good book for inspiration. This is the 5-minute writer by Margaret Geraghty. So yeah, so I've done a really long book haul again, and that's all the books that I have bought at the moment. Oh, except for I've got 2 more to talk about, because I've bought 2 more ebooks. So first up is, I need my phone to tell you about them. So first up I got Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I've been really wanting this. I will put a picture up later of the cool cover. I would have liked to have got it as an actual book, but it was £15, £14, and it was like, I had read so many, I've bought so many, it's like, yeah, I need to just get an ebook. So this is about a world where people just don't die anymore, not from diseases or anything. So scythes have started working where they'll go around and they'll kill people, because the only way people die is if they're actually murdered. So it says here, 2 teens must learn the art of killing in this Prince Honour winning book. The first in a chilling new series by Neil Shusterman, author of The Unwind Dystology. A world with no hunger, no disease, no war, no misery. Humanity has conquered all those things, and has even conquered death. Now scythes are the only ones who can end lives, and they are commanded to do so in order to keep the size of the population under control. Citra and Rowan are chosen to apprentice to a scythe, a role that neither wants. These teens must master the art of taking life, knowing the consequences of failure could mean losing their own. So yeah, I really like the idea of that story. And the other one is Nemesis by Brendan someone. Brendan Reichs. And I'll put a picture up of this as well. I really like the idea of this story. It's only just come out. And it says on the cover, he killed me not, he killed me. This is, it says here, Orphan Black meets Lord of the Flies in this riveting new series thriller from the author of the viral series. It's been happening since Min was 8. Every 2 years on her birthday, a strange man finds her and murders her in cold blood. But hours later, she wakes up in a clearing just outside her tiny Idaho hometown, alone, unhurt, and with all evidence of the horrifying crime erased. So I thought that sounded really cool. So I got it and spent more money. So yeah. So I intend to do another book haul soon, because I'm going to do a library book haul next, which will be my April book haul. I am intending to do intending to do an unboxing on Easter Day, which will hopefully be the only books that I buy next month, because I really need to cut down on the money that I'm spending on books. I do know the books that I'm going to be getting. It's a series that I've already read, and I really like, and I really want these books. It comes to about £20 for a book series, so I'll be getting them. But hopefully, I'm really hoping that they're the only books that I buy next month, because I need to cut down on my spending on books. So I intend to keep getting books from the library, and then so like my April book haul and hopefully my May book haul will be just library books, because obviously I'm been buying a lot of books, and yes, I am reading a lot. I am on my 30th book, this year at the moment, but I need to stick to cheaper books. You know, I mean, obviously, even with the library, if I reserve them, I'm spending 70p for a book, whereas like I'm looking at £7-8 for a book quite often, unless I'm lucky enough to get one from the pound shop. So there you go, another long YouTube video for you. I will do my library book haul soonish, probably wait until April, but yeah, bye.